Today, January 10th, 2014, we talked about proportional relationships at the end of class. As you can see, it's lesson 2. So, the first example, pay by the ounce frozen yogurt. We have a family that goes to a frozen yogurt store and they buy different weights of frozen yogurt, different numbers of ounces, different measures of ounces, and pay different costs. So the question is, do they pay the same unit price per ounce? Writing OZ for ounce. So you would divide the weight. Now start over. You would divide the cost. Since it's unit price per ounce, you want to know the cost, the number of dollars per every 1 ounce. Dollars per ounce. So if you divide the cost by the ounces, you get 0.40 each time. 0.40. 0 or just 0.4, that's fine. The last 0 is not significant, but I write 0.40 because it's money. It's 40 cents per ounce. So you're looking at 40 cents. Don't forget my labels. 40 cents for every 1 ounce. Now, the lesson is about proportional relationships. And a proportional relationship involves this number here, this 0.4. You know you have a proportional relationship when you've got two measures, like weight and cost, and for each pair of numbers, there is a number you can multiply to get the second number. And that number that you multiply by is the same. So if I multiply 12.5 by 0.4, sorry, I get 5. If I multiply 10 by 0.4, I get 4. If I multiply 5 by 0.4, I get 2. And if I multiply 8 by 0.4, I get 3.20. Because this number that I multiply by is the same each time, I can say cost is proportional to weight. Now, not trying to confuse here, but we're going to use variables. Now I can choose any variables I want. I could choose W and C, I could choose A and B, doesn't matter. It's just that I need to remember what the meaning of each one is. So I'm going to choose Y equals the cost and X is the weight. Now to get the amount that I pay, the cost, I multiply the weight, which is X, by 0.4. So I can write that as Y equals, and I should have written weight here. This is the meaning. Y equals 0.4 times the weight. And I'll just do a little dot for times. Y equals 0.4 times the weight. Cost equals 0.4 times the weight. So Y equals 0.4 times X. Every single time, no matter what weight I'm given, I can multiply it by 0.4 and get the cost. So let's say I'm given a weight of 15 ounces. I buy 15 ounces of frozen yogurt. How much will I pay? Well, the cost is 0.4 times 15, so the cost would be $6. Now the key is, this number that you multiply your first measure by is the same in each for each pair of numbers in your set of data. So I've scrolled down a little bit. Is the number of cups proportional to the number of ounces, or the number of ounces proportional to the number of cups? So is there a number that I can multiply each time to get the second number? And the answer is yes. 1/2 times 8 is 4. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 1/2 times 8 is 12. 2 times 8 is 16. Does it hold true for 0 and 0? Yes. Yes, it does, because 0 times 8 is 0. So because we can multiply by the same number each time to go from one measure to the other, to compare one measure to the other, then we have a proportional relationship. So I can say ounces is proportional to cups. And if I wanted to put variables onto this, I'll call y the ounces and x the cups. I would have y equals 8 times x. So the number of ounces equals 8 times the number of cups. So like the number of ounces, if I had, let's say, 3 cups, how many ounces do I have? The number of ounces would be 24. 24 ounces for 3 cups. Now the homework today was to finish exercise 1. It wasn't even homework. You should have finished in class. Finish there it is, exercise 1, Jose's physical education class today, A and B. And that's it.